But one woman are incredibly beautiful. Claressa Shields, she looks like the type of girl who I probably have a crush on in high school. Savannah Marshall looks like the type of teacher I'd have a crush on in high school. And Alycia Baumgardner looks like some type of crazy, like, just put Alycia Baumgardner's name in Google, click on images, and you will not be disappointed. You will not be. But you know, if young teenage girls across the world can like drool over Ryan Garcia, then you know, let me have mine. Let me have mine. Just this one fight. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, let's go ahead and get to what I really came here to talk about, and that's just simply my prediction for the fight. Now, if you look at Savannah Marshall's fighting style, you see that she has a fairly decent fighting style. It's really good. She's a very tall, lengthy fighter with an incredible amount of power. So her fighting style consists of having a low jab, sticking the jab out, establishing distance. She has good feet to where she can keep herself away from her opponent. And then when her opponent gets close with that jab, she typically throws a hard shot and starts to hurt her opponent, and then she starts to overwhelm her opponent with combinations and good sharp shots. Also, she's really good at predicting her opponent's moves. So she has a really good fighting style where she kind of uses her jab to dictate her opponent's movement, or she allows her opponent to shoot in to where she can predict where they're gonna be, and then she throws another hard shot to kind of get them hurt. Now, with all that being said, I would say that I would have to give the advantage to Claressa Shields. And the reason why is because we've seen this too many times in boxing. We've seen the boxer puncher who has good fundamentals and incredible power lose to someone who's basically a generational talent. And that's what I think Claressa Shields is. Claressa Shields is undoubtedly, to me, at least in my opinion, she's a generational talent. She's already been undisputed in 2 weight classes, going on being undisputed in her 3rd weight class. She's fought nothing but good competitive fights, plenty of good competitive fights, even in the short amount of fights that she's had. And every single time, whether it be with her fight with Christina Hammer, where people will think that this is going to be the one to push her, this is going to be the one to take her off her high horse, this is going to be the one to really make it competitive, it doesn't end up happening, because Claressa Shields, just like I see with some of these young fighters coming up, like a Devin Haney, like Shakur Stevenson, or even some fighters who've already lost but a little bit older, like Vasily Lomachenko, or like Alexander Usyk. And that's a great example, the Alexander Usyk versus Anthony Joshua fight. Anthony Joshua is a boxer puncher. He's very good, just like Savannah Marshall, at throwing out his jab. He's very good, just like Savannah Marshall, at having excellent power. But the difference between Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua in skill level is just skill level and speed. It's just too much for her to make up in regards to the difference, just using her power. Because compared to Claressa Shields, honestly, even though Savannah Marshall is probably this beautiful juggernaut of a woman, she's what I would think She-Hulk would actually look like if she was real. When it comes down to it, Claressa Shields makes her look like she's moving in slow motion. Claressa Shields is probably one of the fastest, most accurate, most intelligent fighters in female boxing, and she might very well be the fastest, the most accurate, the most intelligent. She not only has faster hands than Savannah Marshall, she has faster feet. She has faster hands, she has faster feet, she has a sharper mind. It's just going to be an uphill battle for Savannah Marshall to be able to stop Claressa Shields, and I think it's going to look fairly similar to the Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk fight, or the Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez fight, or the George Kambosos versus Devin Haney fight, where we have the fighter who has an advantage in skill and an advantage in speed, although they may not have the advantage in power, overwhelming the fighter who may be more powerfully gifted. Because Claressa Shields, that's what she very much does. She's already mastered being able to fight off the back foot. You've seen that plenty of times where she can fight off the back foot, but she's mostly a come forward fighter, and she's mastered that. She's mastered the footwork, she's mastered being able to go in under somebody's jab, and she's very overwhelming. It's like when you fight someone who's that smart, that quick, and that accurate, just like when you saw a big boxer puncher in Canelo Alvarez when he was younger fight against Floyd Mayweather, who was just like just a faster, better boxer. It almost never goes the way of the boxer puncher unless they're able to get kind of like an early knockdown or able to hurt their opponent. Now, we've seen Claressa Shields get knocked down before, but as you saw in that fight, when she got knocked down, she got right back up, went back to it. So that's why I don't really see Savannah Marshall winning this. Now, I have been wrong before. I was wrong about the Andy Ruiz versus Luis Ortiz fight. You still see that on my channel that I was wrong about that. But, you know, that's just how I see this one. I see it. I'm heavily favoring Claressa Shields. I don't think I don't believe the hype on Savannah Marshall. And I think that if Claressa Shields is able to win this fight in a dominant fashion, which I think she will do as long as she doesn't get hurt in those early rounds, then people are really going to have to question how they have Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano over her. Because honestly, I think she's better than Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, and I think that she's more accomplished, although those fighters may, at this moment, be more popular. But honestly, if she beats Savannah Marshall tomorrow, like I think she does, I don't even know if there's anything much else that she could do to lower the gap between popularity between her and someone like Katie Taylor. I don't think there's much that she can, are actually two incredibly great high-level fighters who deserve respect. This is not just some type of like, you put two attractive women together and have them fight while men drool over them. These are actual two high-level fighters going in there risking their lives for our entertainment to put on a great show. Now, the fight that I think is a little bit more interesting because it will be a little bit more competitive. It's harder for me to pick a winner, is the Alycia Baumgardner versus Mikaela Myers fight. I'm leaning towards Mikaela Myers because I think she's the more accomplished boxer, but I wouldn't be surprised. But I don't think the gap between her and Baumgardner is so much different to where Baumgardner won't be able, doesn't have a really good shot of catching her, doesn't have a really good shot of hurting her, doesn't have a really good shot of putting her out. But yeah, so I would give the edge to Mikaela Myers in that fight. But if it was a beauty contest, I mean, they're both very beautiful women, but my God, like I said, go ahead, put Alycia Baumgardner into Google and just click images. That's all I'm saying. But, you know, that's all I have to say about that. I mean, I'm looking forward to a great fight. I have Shields winning over Marshall, and I have Meyer winning over Baumgardner. Even though I'm kind of hoping Baumgardner wins just because, you know, I have my own reasons for that. I have my own reasons. I'm a fan. If these ladies can be a fan of Ryan Garcia, you know what I'm saying? If they could be a fan of Oscar De La Hoya back in the day, if they could be a fan of Muhammad Ali, Rocky Marciano, we know who the pretty boy boxers are. If they can be a fan of them, then why can't I be a fan of Baumgardner? Why can't I be a fan of Shields? Why can't I be a fan of Marshall? But yeah, very high level fight. Incredible, young, talented, beautiful women fighting who are not only just sexy and attractive, but are incredibly talented. Showing that you can be both, you know? Showing again that you can be both, because it's been shown, you know, with Cecilia Brækhus and Layla Ali that you could be both. But once again, showing the world that you can be both, setting a great example for women out there. That's all I have to say about that. I'm out.